Well, I opened it a little too early. This is Stylin. Bärenliner Weiss? I don't know how to pronounce it. This is from False Idols. Before I get into anything, let's do the pour. Because I opened it early. I got a little excited. To be fair, Rick Flair. Who you not gonna love? Rick Flair. 17 time world champion. But it may be actually 24 time world champion, depending on which championship belt that you count. Now, if you're into wrestling lore, if you're into wrestling, you understand that's very convoluted and ridiculous. So, let's just get into it. Stylin is a beer. Thank you. I've done False Idols before. You may have seen the that terrible. I couldn't deal with it. The dark side with that Sith, who I refuse to name. All right, it was the Jar Jar Binks beer that they did. They've been doing a wrestling series. This is Stylin with... Good. Alright, so this is the Ric Flair beer. They have a Macho Man beer, from what I understand. It may or may not be them. I don't know if they have a Bret Hart beer. I've seen a Bret Hart beer. I don't think it's False Idols, but I know there's a Bret Hart beer out there. But this contains maple, I'm assuming syrup, marshmallow, vanilla, cinnamon, coconut, lactose, almond, granola, and blueberry. So this is an all-star lineup for a champion. Now look at this fogginess in here. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very frothy. Extremely fruity smelling. Extremely grainy smelling. Most likely the granola and the vanilla, because it smells very vanilla-y. You don't really smell any cinnamon. You do smell the maple syrup a bit, but it's kind of hard to not smell maple syrup. Not gonna lie, I've had this before, but this is my first time actually like trying to sit down and enjoy it. It's the first time I'm actually seeing this like poured out. Boom. Nice. Nice, nice. My only complaint about this so far that I've had is it's $20 for a 4-pack. But of course, they had that, you know, they got the image down. For some reason, I was just like, yeah, that seems worth it. You know, I work by a quarry, and these guys get paid way too much to do what they do. And there's always some dude flying down. So there's the Lamborghini SUV flying down all the time. And then there's, of course he got it in Lamborghini yellow. Then there's like a whole bunch of Corvettes and like really nice sports cars, a couple newer Supras, no older Supras. But the car that really hits me the hardest is the dude in the CRX, who, it's like a 1993, maybe 94 CRX, which he absolutely boosted the shit out of the motor. So every time he flies by, I hear that blow-off valve, and it makes it worth waking up at 3 in the morning. Salut to you. You're my king. A king. Among many men at that quarry. But, salute. It's a little bit on the sour side. I feel like it's meant to be that. It is a Berliner Weiss. You definitely taste the blueberry. You definitely taste the maple and the vanilla. Not so much the coconut, but it is very grainy tasting. Like you get that buildup. It's kind of like it's kind of like going into a privately owned hippie ran coffee bar, and you get the muffin. It's kind of like that. Oh, this is our multi-grain fruited muffin. And you take a bite into it. You're not exactly sure what to expect, but you know what you're going to expect. Ooh. Not so much hoppy. It's kind of all over the place. I would not call this a balanced beer, but I will call this a very well thought out beer. Nothing overpowers anything else in it. You get a little tang from the fruitiness, and the nuttiness is there. You get a lot of flavors. Straight out the back, a lot of flavors. It's got a little twang to it. Now, honestly, I enjoy this. Is it the best beer? No. By far, no, it's not the best beer. Is it the worst beer? No. It's a good, mediocre beer. On the up and up, you still get that fruity sourness to it. Not bad. Not the best. Is it worth $20? No. Flat out, no. No. I got it because it had Rick Flair on it. That's it. That's what stuck out. That's what made me want to get it. The ingredients on here didn't make me want to get it. I was really hoping they were going to do knock it out of the park worthy of Rick Flair. I feel they disrespected Rick Flair because he's supposed to be Stylin, profiling, jet flying, can't keep these gators down. And I want to kick these gators off, and I want to take a walk in my bare feet. Not in my Gucci socks, just barefoot. And I want to elbow drop air. Because I feel if you're going to charge $20 for a beer, it's got to come hard. Really enunciate itself. This does not, to me. This is... I'm not going to say it's a balanced beer. I'm not going to say it's a bad beer. It's a thought-out beer. An extremely well thought-out beer. But I expected more from this. It seems a little confused. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't want to know... It doesn't know if it's a sour. It doesn't know if it's a Weizen. It doesn't know if it's a fruit beer. It doesn't know if it's supposed to be, you know, one of these lactose beers. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't stick out much outside of the fruitiness, which is mainly the blueberry sourness. And the vanilla in here kicks out. You can't disguise vanilla. No. Okay, let me... And for those of you who don't understand vanilla, when you have somebody make vanilla ice cream, vanilla extract is used. Now, You would think they would use, oh, for every gallon of vanilla ice cream I home make, I'm going to use a tablespoon. No, you're not. You're not. You're going to use like an eyedropper. Anything that calls for a... dude, it's... I'm sorry. Like, vanilla extract is insane. And it sticks out. Even though they use a good amount of it, it's not overwhelming. It does leave that tingle of vanilla in you. But it stands out. Because that's what it does. Vanilla is a very extremely strong flavor. The marshmallow is there lightly. The maple is definitely there, very sweet. And it does kind of dull out the sour, and I feel like that was there for a reason. Like I said, I feel like this was a thought-out beer, not a very well-planned beer. The cinnamon, I don't taste any of it. The coconut, I don't taste any of it. The almond, I don't taste any of it. The granola is definitely there. Granola is kind of hard to obscure, and it does feel like a grainy, sour beer. Like I said, it feels like you went in and got a muffin from a very, very prestigious, independent, hippie-run coffee shop. And that's not a diss. That's just how it is. Would I recommend this? You would have to have very specific tastes for me to recommend this to you. I would have to know what you're into and what you're not. Now, the question is, would I drink this again? If it was... If it was $13 a 4-pack, I'd be down. If it was $14 a 4-pack, I'd be down. That seems that price range for it. But I understand this is a special release and everything else. But I'm also kind of bummed out that it's a special release. And it's this. Sorry, I'm getting really opinionated about it. I really normally don't get this deep into it. I don't get this convoluted into these reviews. This is just normally a gut shot reaction. But this is just how I'm feeling right now about this. I feel like it could have been more. I feel let down a little. I spent $20 on this beer, and that's $5 a beer. I feel a little bummed. If I wanted to spend $5 on a beer, I'd go to a brewery and get it fresh off tap, knowing what's going on. I can see the guys working in the back. This here, bit disappointing. I understand the gimmick behind it. I'm still confused by the ingredient list. Personally, feeling a little bit let down. But that's just me. If I see it on sale, I'm gonna grab it. But I don't want to pay full price for this again. But like I said, that's just me. It's been Stark Raving Beer Reviews. I'm Jay. Like, subscribe, do that thing. Here's some words of advice. Don't take my advice.